we're going to watch our video, and when we're done with the video, I want you to tell me what are the 5 text structures, because today you're going to need them.
Text, especially information and non-fiction text, have to be structured sound, or else they'll fall over. You feel me? Yeah. Let's get it. Let's go. When you read informational text, you see the pattern and the way that it's written. Oh yes. There are 5 main structures you can check. Found the structure and they get less complex. Let's flex and break down all.
5. Turn and talk with your people and see if you can name all 5. What are they? What are who can name all 5 structures? Jesus.
Description, sequence, compare and contrast, and cause and effect, and
One more.
that's one.
Give it to him. Brody.
Problem solution.
Problem and solution. So we have 5 different passages here. Every single passage is on the same topic. What's the topic?
Dolphins.
Can't you tell? So every single passage is on dolphins, but each passage is written in a different text structure. It is your job to tell me what structure it is. We're going to practice together, and then you're going to go off and do it on your own with your partners. So who thinks they can come and do one of these? I don't care if you do them in order. You can do the first one, or you can do the other ones. Let's see, Natalie.
I gotta do
Which one are we going to do?
Wait, you want the ones to?
Which one are you going to do?
Number 5.
So she's doing number 5. So what do you think? What is its structure? It says, dolphins and porpoises are both marine mammals. Porpoises are usually smaller and have a triangular shaped fin, while dolphins are larger and have a curved fin. Porpoises are usually shy creatures. On the other hand, dolphins are usually very social.
What is deception?
Okay, what do you think? Do you agree? Ooh, I see lots of fingers saying maybe not.
I don't know.
So we know that description is describing a topic, right? What could this one be? Evie?
I think that one could be compare and contrast.
Why?
Because it is comparing dolphins to porpoises.
2 topics. What are some clue words that you see? Tell Natalie what clue words we see.
I see both.
What?
Both.
Both. Circle both. What? Any others? Molly?
On the other hand.
On the other hand, so it's saying this, but then on the other hand, this one is different.
It's right there.
Last
It's right
sentence.
here. Last sentence? Right
Yeah.
here.
So label that one, Natalie. C and C. Compare and contrast. Who wants to do another one? Let's see. Natalie, pick the next person. Who's going to get a chance?
Riley.
Come on, Riley.
Up here raises his hands.
Talk to me, Riley.
I'm going to do this one because I already know what it is. There's when, there's then, then there's until, which means it's sequence.
Do you agree?
We're missing one.
Oh, is that what he was missing? Yes. So he didn't even have to, he probably skimmed the passage and read it, but just from those clue words, he knew that it was sequence because it was told in what order? Time order, right? Riley, pick the next person.
How?
Which one are we going to do? Ooh, I see some people that they're like, I'm not too sure. Evie disagrees. Brody agrees. OMG. What's the deal? What do we know? Cause and effect and problem and solution are very what? Similar. So we're going to leave this here, and we're going to see if he's right or wrong in a second. Once we do these other two, okay? How? Pick the next person for me. Quick.
Okay, I'm gonna do the first one. It says dolphins are intelligent animals because dolphins are smarter than anything around us. But that sounds like description, but this one really sounds like description. So with a little different. I can help.
So that's the thing. We have to really look at them to be able to tell. So Molly, which one do you think is more of a description? Look for those clue words. Because we know we have cause and effect or problem and solution. So you're going to see some clue words in there.
I see a characteristic right here, so basically this one's description.
Absolutely. So that tells me that if they're giving me characteristics of the dolphin, it's going to be description. So now we're left with the first one and the third one. And we weren't too sure if the third one was right or wrong. What do you think the first one is? Pick someone.
Juliet.
I think the first one is cause and effect, and the third one's problem and solution.
Can you explain to us why?
Because problem and solution, for the third one, it said overfishing in some parts of the world leads to starvation for many dolphins. And if fishermen catch less fish, dolphins will have more prey.
So this sentence right here would be my what?
Solution.
The solution. If the fishermen would catch less fish, the dolphins would be okay because they would have more food. So this one would be problem and solution. This one would be what? Cause and effect. Cause and effect and problem and solution are always the trickiest because they're very similar to one another. But only one has a what? A solution. Cause and effect does not necessarily have a solution. So if there's a solution in there, it's probably problem and solution. So you're going to get into groups or with a partner according to the color that you have on your paper. When you get into your partnership, you are going to have a text structure assignment. And on your assignment, there's going to be 5 short passages all about the history of Christmas. They're all on the same topic. So you're going to learn lots of new facts. Your job is to see if you can figure out what's the text structure of each of those passages. All of them are written on a different text structure. Okay? Now, you can choose. Are you going to do it on Google Classroom? If you choose to do it on Google Classroom, there is the first assignment that pops up. It's your text structure organizer, and you can type in your answers there. Or you want to do it old-fashioned way, you can do it on your paper, if that is how you want to do it. Then you need to write your hot question. What's a hot question? Emmy? Higher order thinking. You need to give me a question. If you quiz your classmate, you want to see, does my classmate understand what these passages were about? Can Micah tell me what I read in passage number 5? Or you can write your own passage and we can guess what structure you wrote it in. Okay? And then don't forget to rate your members. As you're working, I'll come around and give you that paper. Write the number and rate your member. And speaking of rating your member, you want to get a what?
4.
A 4. If you don't get a 4, that means
We're off task, sort of.
you might not have done your best work, right? So raise your hand if you can tell me, how are you going to get a 4? What do you have to do in order to get a 4? Aria.
Pay attention and be focused.
So you are focused. Focused how much?
A lot.
A lot?
All the time.
The whole time. Focused the whole time. Not only focused, but what? Can you just sit there and be focused and listen to your classmates the whole time?
No.
What else should you do if you are with a partner and you're not working by yourself? Natalie?
Read more than once.
You might want to read those passages more than once. If you don't understand it the first time,
I mean, you don't have to read. You have to read it more than you just read once and your partner reads the rest of the
so
time.
you're saying you need to participate,
Yes.
right? You need to talk with your partner. You need to discuss what you're doing with your partner. So you cannot just be focused, but you need to be focused, and you need to discuss your assignment. If I get a 1, whoo! What could happen if I get a 1? What would cause me to get a rating of a 1? Micah? You were off task what?
The whole time.
The whole time. So if you're a 1, that means you were off task the whole time. You maybe didn't even care. You were looking into space. You didn't help your partner at all. You were expecting them to do all the work, give you all the answers. What about 2 and 3? Evie?
3, it would be you focus most of the time.
You would do everything you needed to do most of the time. And of course, number 2 would be, what? You were a little focused. Not too much, but a little bit. We'll be ready to discuss.
The girls
Did not.
Don't forget to underline your blue words.
Yes, let's go.
out. There's wet socks.
I'm just gonna put S because I've read it in the room.
Okay. Wow. You like time for me. Okay. So what do you think?
After we do that, we rate your group members.
Okay. So let me get. Thanks. Well, in my opinion, I really think that like without the girls with wet socks would be like no Christmas and yeah, no one would really think about giving presents. So
I agree.
yeah.
I think that whenever you would, if the girls didn't leave out their socks, Saint Nick would have no one to give any gold to. So yeah, I would rate you 4.
Okay, I'll rate you 4 because you were on task and you worked with me well and you helped me understand.
I rate you 4 because you stayed focused and we did it.
Okay, so did you guess all the structures?
Number 1. Similar.
Y'all are getting it? What did you come up with? You had it right the first time, didn't you? What did you say it was the first time? What did you say? Because you were talking to them and you said, oh, they have similarities and they have differences. And they're talking about Christmas in the U.S. and then they're talking about Christmas in Germany. So they're talking about 2 different topics. So you had it right the first time. So you got it. Okay. Yeah? Okay, keep going.
But all it says is in Germany,
Don't forget to write your hot questions. So, think, if I had to quiz, your classmates? What is the question that you can ask to see if they understood
Well,
it?
why didn't you just put similarities? What was she in something? It's on your paper. It's like
Have to
I had to rewrite it because I forgot how to.
what was the differences between trying to read this?
I forget.
Or you can write your own short passage.
Because I'm not forgetting.
What is figure out the structure? How did you write it? Like, did you write it in description? Did you write what?
I don't see similarities. Yes.
Like, what you wanted to say.
Similarities.
And they wanted for Okay. We have to put that and it's mostly talking about Christmas.
Is that, is it like, I think it's oh, you what was the
And bring me all of your papers and join me in the back, right here.
Yay.
Come join me in the back. I'm going to need a teacher who's going to be my teacher and guide us in seeing if we were right or wrong. We need to know, did we get this right or were we off? And if the teacher calls you, you need to use your words and explain to us why do you think a certain passage is a certain text structure. Okay? Let's see. Evie, be our teacher.
Who can come up and do description? Natalie. I think story number 2 would go to description.
Let me see if you agree.
I disagree. I disagree. Bobby, why do you disagree?
I disagree because, like, it's number 3 because, like, it has number 2 is cause and effect because, like, because it says why to that.
I agree.
And
So you
the
think
number 3 is description.
I put description for number 2 because it says, do you know? And it's kind of trying to inform you.
so, guys? Did any of you see some clue words that would really help us out? What did you put on your papers? What did you notice about passage number 2 and passage number 3? If you say passage number 3 was description, that means it was describing something. So what was it describing?
Oh, cookies. It was describing cook the dog. The gingerbread cookies. Yeah, Christmas cookies.
Very good. So Abi, why don't you? Okay.
Araya, can you come up and do Aria, can you come up and do sequence?
Look at your paper.
It's okay.
What number?
4.
Talk to us. Why?
I say 4 because in the text it says then, wait first, next, then, and final.
I agree.
I agree.
Keep it going.
Who wants to come up and do compare and contrast? Ellie. Compare and contrast.
She thinks it's number 1.
Why did you put that, Ellie?
Yeah, what are the clue words?
Let her have a chance. Why compare and contrast for number 1?
Because
It says similarity and differences.
Those were some clue words. Who can tell us what was it comparing?
it was
It was comparing Germany to the United States.
I agree with
Okay, we have 2 left. 2 left.
Who wants to come up and do cause and effects? Molly.
Okay, so cause and effect. I think it was number 2 because it had clue words like ever since. Ever since. And there wasn't really a solution, so it's basically cause and effect.
I agree.
Yes, ma'am. And obviously, the last one would be
Problem and solution.
problem and solution. When I say go, I want you to quietly put, if you have a Chromebook, put it safely on your desk. And you need to, we're going to quiz trade. We're going to quiz one another to see how well we understand what we did today. So you should have written a hot question, and if you didn't, write one really, really fast. Okay? Put your Chromebooks on your seat. And if you have your question, you may begin. Okay. By reading the passages and finding the clue. Yeah.
For
Say that again. Ooh, let's see. For example, would it be like description?
Yeah.
Ooh, awesome. Good job.
What do you think life would be like if the girls did not leave out their wet socks?
You tell me.
I think that there wouldn't be because people couldn't get the idea and the tradition would not.
Very good. That was an awesome question. Keep going. What you got?
What are all of the passages about?
Every single passage was about Christmas in some way. Am I correct? Perfect. What you got?
what scripture tells us that time
Sequence.
Right, yes.
Okay, keep it going.
Go get some of them doing each other.
I kind of got confused when I put.
What do you think life would be like?
how do you answer it?
I look at the clue words.
Well, you're something.
Like, so they left out their socks, and Saint Nick came to fill them up. Saint Nick is the patron saint of children. So, wait, ask me this question. What do you think life would be like if the girls did not leave out their wet socks?
They wouldn't have any money because based on the text, when Saint Nick came down, like 2 bags of gold down the chimney, he put some in a 2 girls' socks
Like, what do you think life would be like if they didn't leave out their socks?
Their family.
What text structure tells us
Why is the text structure number 1? Because we are contrast Germany and the United States.
How did I know where everything went?
Oh, classic players.
Oh, yes.
When I get to 1, your little self, everyone should be out there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Now, you tell me. How would you rate yourself? Think. Do I fully understand the difference between all of these text structures and the clue words that go with them? How did I do today? So with your fingers, let me see. How would you rate yourself? Self-evaluate. Are you a 4? Are you a 3? Can you teach it to someone? You understand it so well, you can teach it to someone else. And they would ace the test. Are you a 1? And you know what, Miss Benoit, I don't really get it. I need some extra help. Are you a 2? And you're somewhere in between. You kind of know it, but you don't feel comfortable teaching it to someone else. Let me see. Are you a 1? Are you a 2? Are you a 3? Ooh. Now Molly is being so honest here. She says, well, are you a 1? She says that she's a 1. So those of you who say you are a 3 or even a 4, you think that you can teach it to someone else and they would totally understand it. Molly says she's a 1 and she needs some extra help. What could Molly do in order to get better and to know this a little bit better? What could she do on her own? Emmy?
You should practice and look for the clue words and make your own match.
Practice makes perfect, right? You could make your own matching game. That's a good idea. You can have all of your text structures, you can have passages, and you can try to match them. Quizlet. What else? Say it if you know.
You could play school in your room and teach other people, and if you don't get it, then you can talk yourself through it.
Very good. Vocabulary has assignments. We could do Kahoots, right? Very, very good. Tell me something about it. Y'all were awesome.
I got a 1.
Good job. I want you to put your names on all of your papers, and then you can hand them to me.